This is for counselors and their students and parents in Connecticut. I'm Mark Greenstein from Connecticut. I've been coaching SAT prep for 35 years now. I would like to make sure that your students are open to, hopefully steered to, doing both the SAT and the ACT. Just because the state is giving a free SAT test to them doesn't mean that they should stop with only the SAT, especially if the ACT offers a higher chance of scoring better. And for a lot of kids, I can name 3 types right now, it will. Type 1, the kid who excels at science or science reasoning. That's on the ACT, it's not tested on the SAT. Type 2, the student who is not very good at math. If that's the section that might bring her or him down, well, it's half the SAT, but math is only 1/4 of the ACT. Finally, the person who doesn't deal well with old-fashioned reading passages, ones that show up on the SAT. 2 out of the 5 passages are typically 80 or more years old. The English is harder to deal with. And as you know, the intricacies, unless you're coached, the intricacies of splicing a reading comp good answer from the 3 wrong answers are more intricate, harder to discern. The ACT is a much more straightforward set of reading from all more modern, things from the 1940s onward. So, if your student is in one of those 3 categories, absolutely adding ACT makes sense. Even if a student is not in one of those 3 categories, it might make sense anyway. The tests to study for both is not that much harder. It used to be, but after 2016, when the SAT almost merged itself into ACT-like content, studying for 1 is not that different from studying for 2. Yes, you do have to spend a couple more Saturdays to test on your other exam, but the upside is high. Okay, the other exam, what you haven't been studying for before, might be the better one. And especially for students who will be testing in 2024, when the SAT goes digital, those students are in jeopardy of falling down not because of their skills, but because the testing environment doesn't work well for them digitally, or they had a slow computer or a breakdown. And that won't happen on a paper test that they're used to, and the ACT is not changing in 2024. So adding both makes sense for most kids. Our course allows students to prep for both without doubling up. Okay, it's a few extra hours with a tutor, a few extra practice tests, and then those kids are equally ready. Thanks for paying attention here.